Okay, so today seems to be the day. It's raining. This is the first rain we've really had in a couple of weeks where I've had enough people to do the jobs that I normally do. So I got fertilizer that's going to be running out. The 8530's transmission is good. Seems to be good. I don't have any issues with it now. So, of course, with the rain, we got to put that nitrogen down to get that grass growing again, and get that second cut or third cut, depending on where I'm at. But I do need this loader on my 8120. So that's the plan for today, is to actually get this loader off of the trailer onto the ground here, get this trailer the hell out of my way, and get these loader mounts onto the 8120 so that I can get this loader mounted and I can go and use it as a loader tractor if I need it, or use it as a spreader tractor if I need it, use it as whatever, because the Westondorf loader is supposed to be slicker than snot to get on and off. No legs or anything, and a snap lock. It should be really nice. So there it is. That's what we're doing today, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're old to the channel, stay tuned because you're going to see quite the thing. It should take me about 5-6 hours to do this job. Okay, so 5 or 6 hours. That was a joke and a half. It really, I guess it did take me somewhere around 12 hours to do this job because it just fought me all the way, right down to the very bitter end. And the last thing that I had on there was hoses, hydraulic hoses. I had Timothy put hydraulic hoses on, and then he got distracted and left. And then when I went to put the loader on, I had oil leaking everywhere. How did that happen? Well, he left and didn't tighten up he didn't seal them and he didn't tighten them, so it was a bit of a pain in the ass. So anyways, we're unloading these mounting arms, or these mounts, the loader mounts that go on the 8120. Yes, the 8120, not the 7810, not the 7530, not the 8530, not the 4960, not the 4450, not the 7410, not the any tractor, not the 5020, not any tractor that I own other than the 8120. Yes, the 8120 is what this is going on. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, put it on a 4960. Well, you put it on a 4960, because I certainly am not. It's an old tractor and unreliable, and I just don't want to deal with it. So, anyways, yeah, I have Grant moving these around, and yes, he is very cautious, and I'm not really afraid of getting killed, because, it's like, come on, kid, move it, and I just had to walk away because he drives me nuts. So anyways, I went and got the 8120. I'm going to back it in here. I had a little bit of trouble because it's a power shift, and it came flying back there. I almost hit the trailer because, well, it's backwards from what it should be. When you're slowing down with going forward, you pull the stick backwards. But when you're going in reverse, it is reverse of that. When you're going in reverse, you need to push it forward, which I think is backwards. I think they should switch that around. Make life a little easier, for people, old people. Anyway, yeah, so putting these loader mounts on was a little bit of a trick. It wasn't easy at all. The holes in the mounting holes on the transmission, and that's what you mount this to, even though there's cap plugs in there, dirt got in it. I mean, dirt. Water must have washed it in there, and you can see as I blow it out, there's a lot of stuff that comes flying out of there, and it was kind of a pain in the ass because you could see the dirt flying out of there, and those things were plugged. So anyway, they're metric, and I hate metric. Everybody knows how much I hate metric on this channel. I think it should either all be metric or all be standard, but it's not. And even the loader came with both metric and standard bolts. It's like, what the fajitas, man? So anyway, I don't have an 18mm tap that would fit that. I don't have an 18mm tap at all. If it was a 19mm, it would have been 3/4 inch, which would have been beautiful. I could have just ran it right through, but I believe the threading would have been different because it's metric. But no matter what, it is what it is. Let's put it that way. It is what it is. So in order to get that cleaned out of there, I ended up taking a wire brush from like a plumber's brush for when you're sweating copper pipes together to clean them out. And I cut the handle off of them, and put them in the drill. I had a 1/2 inch and a 3/4. The 3/4 one worked really well. I screwed it in and then screwed it back out again. But the problem with that is when you screw it in reverse, it actually expanded the wire that held the bristles together, and ruined it. That was junk. So I ended up with a 1/2 inch one, and I ran, and it took 10 times longer. I mean, run it in, run it out, run it in, run it out. Whereas the 3/4 inch one, screwed it in and out twice, and you were done. It worked really well. But anyway, such is life. So instead of this loader mounting that would have normally taken maybe a 1/2 hour maximum, and I'm serious, about a 1/2 hour, everything lined up perfectly. Westondorf's jigs are right spot on. And you put 2 bolts in, and you're good. What I ended up doing was taking a drift pin and just, I got the top 2 bolts in, drift pin the bottom one on the right side or left side, I can't remember which one it was, and then drop the bolt in the other side, and then the other one's screwed right in. But instead of it taking me that 1/2 hour, it took me to put those loader mounts on somewhere around 4 hours to do it, to get it on there correctly. And then, of course, I had to start with the hydraulic, the joystick and the hydraulic valve. So I did 90% of that during the day, the first day, and I was into that thing about 10, 11 hours by the time I was done. The next day, I only had about 4 hours into it, maybe 3 or 4 hours in it, and that was a very disruptive day. I had things I had to do, but you'll see that as the series goes on. But like right now, Grant, he's doing a really good job. I mean, this is sped up 800%, now 400%, and he's just doing what he's supposed to do. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. He's a little jerky on the controls, but he's getting it. He's getting it, which is a good thing. So you can see me just wrestling with it, and I know all the safety Sallies are freaking out right now that I don't have a hard hat on, and I don't have safety tip toes shoes, and I don't have it lifted and supported, and if I get a headache, it's my fault, and I'll deal with it. If I get killed, you'll see it on camera. So hopefully Teresa uploads the death, and she probably wouldn't, but I would urge everyone to say, hey, can you just... his last wishes were to upload what killed him. Just age restricted. Like, this is a violent act. You don't have to make any money, but you could say, hey, one lonely farmer's demise. My trolls will be dancing in the streets, and my fans will be crying in their sheets. So I guess that's just, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. Anyway, so everything kind of went hard. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't the worst thing I ever did either. The worst thing about the whole thing was it was hot as hell. I mean, it was just plain blistering hot. But now I'm going to talk about the torquing, and you'll get to see the rest of that in real time. Now we're dead on.
We're going to need one more.
Okay.
We're going to need a tiny bit more.
Give it to Herb, and then we'll work our way up. He needs to bench press this thing.
Me?
Herb, he's tired. He needs to work.
That's not how that works. If you're tired.
No, actually it
No,
does.
not when you're exhausted from doing exercise. More exercise is
That wasn't exercise. That was goofing off. I was on the lake.
There you go. Physical
You see it?
fitness is exercise. Swimming is actually
That's
physical
Okay,
fitness.
move to the next
We
one.
brought it like 400.
Here's the Joe.
There's no more at the bottom. It's back at the top.
Next one. Come on back up. Go back to the bottom. Second bottom. There you go. You go from the bottom up.
Wait.
He's got to reset it and just see if it stays. Yeah, it's torque.
I've never seen that gizmo before.
You're like.
Good.
Is that new, babe?
No. There's a lot of things around here you've never seen before.
You borrowed it or you have
No.
We had it for a long time.
it? Really?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It was sitting up there.
Oh, cool.
Oh?
Yes.
Okay, well you gotta be clear when to go.
Stop.
Okay, so you're probably good. All right.
This is not charged battery, babe. It's blinking already.
Oh. Here. Another one. All right, I gave you back the one that I gave you. You gave me.
Good?
Go.
internal ones, or the ones on the other side here.
How are we going to do this?
Simple. He's going to hand it up to me, and then he's going to look. Probably get the impact gun on him first, but
The impact on over there?
yeah. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him in there or not.
I don't think that the bottom one will be able to get.
Either way, I don't think you're going to be able to turn it. Yeah, that's not fun.
This is going to be so
Get the big ugly impact down. We're going to torque it down that way.
The big ugly one up the...
It's laying there on the ground here, Joe.
The one that'll twist your arm off.
Yeah, that one. Oh, there's though. You two torque that, I'll deal with this. Tracy, you film these two twerking that thing.